What's going on, you guys? VIII Carnes here, and welcome to probably my final video, definitely my final video of 2015, and I want to go out with a bang, so to speak. So today we're going to look at more Star Wars stuff, but today I compiled a list, and I wrote 10 questions we still have for Star Wars Episode 8 in 2017. Now, of course, if you're not in the loop some reason, but you are a fan, Star Wars Episode 8 comes out, I believe, on May 26, 2017. So we still have about a year and a half until the movie gets here, so we have some time until we're actually going to find out, hopefully, most of these questions, if not all these questions. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just get into my list. I compiled the 10 biggest questions that I personally have. There may be some that I missed, maybe I didn't think about myself. You could put it in the comments below. We could have a discussion. Sounds good to me, right? Okay, so number one, how did Kylo Ren get Darth Vader's helmet and mask? So, as you know, and this will obviously have spoilers. Just want to say that. It should be fairly obvious, but you know how people are. So, as you guys know, in Star Wars The Force Awakens, if you've obviously seen it, Kylo Ren has a brief scene with Darth Vader's helmet where he speaks to it and says, "I will finish what you started, grandfather." Grandfather, of course, being Anakin Darth Vader. And Kylo Ren is going to try to achieve what Darth Vader failed to achieve. Failed to finish. And that's obviously wiping out the Last Jedi, Luke, and, you know, having the dark side reign supreme and all that stuff. But one burning question, and one that I was pretty disappointed that we didn't really get more information on. Sorry, something wants to sit in my teeth. Information that we had that we didn't get was, how did he even get Darth Vader's helmet to begin with? Now you gotta remember, 32 years before the events of The Force Awakens, Darth Vader died and was burned, was cremated, had a Jedi burial on Endor. Now, apparently, there's going to be like a book coming out that kind of explains how he achieved getting the mask and helmet, but in my opinion, this needs to be put on film. If they want to put it in a flashback, fine. If they want to have Kylo Ren explain it to somebody for some reason, that's fine as well. But I think that this needs clearing up on the big screen, because not everybody, including myself, really reads everything Star Wars. I like reading a little bit here and there, but I'm more of a movie guy myself, so it'd be really nice to actually see this explained on camera somehow and just get it out of the way. That way people aren't like, how does he have a 32-year-old helmet that was burned 3 decades ago, well before he was even born? It's a good question. Number 2 on the list, who is Rey related to? This is a big burning question as well, one that I was kind of also disappointed we didn't find out. And I just want to say, when I say I'm disappointed to find out, it's not a bad thing against the movie. It was just like, oh man, I still got that question going. Hopefully this is one I'm very confident will be answered in Episode 8. I think it'll be a big reveal in Episode 8, just like it was with Kylo Ren being the son of Han and Leia. So, there are speculations out there. I personally think it's going to be revealed that she has a relation to, I think it's either she's going to be the daughter of Luke, or she's going to have a relation to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Because her and actually both, Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor, who both played young and old Obi-Wan respectively, both had accents. Rey, of course, has an accent, so it would definitely make sense that she is related to Obi-Wan Kenobi. But maybe Luke got with a woman that had an accent, and that could also explain away her accent and how she is the daughter of Luke Skywalker. It's possible. We know that she's very strong with the Force, so either of those would be very credible. Number 3, who is Snoke? Here's the big question here. Now, if you actually saw my official review that I put up about a week or so ago, give or take, about The Force Awakens, I absolutely loved the movie, but there were some things I didn't like about the movie, and Snoke was pretty much my biggest thing that I didn't like, besides the Starkiller base basically being an oversized Death Star, which I thought was incredibly lazy. Snoke was horribly disappointing on camera. But as I read more and more from people reviewing the movie, and most people agree that Snoke looked absolutely stupid and he was very disappointing on camera, people are starting to say maybe this is just his disguise. Maybe this isn't how he really looks. Maybe this is kind of an intimidation factor to people he talks to, because all he appeared on the screen was like, what, 2 times in the entire 2-hour movie, and he only appeared as a giant hologram. So it is very, very possible that Snoke looks completely different. It's still possible he could be Plagueis. People are still going on about the Plagueis thing. I personally don't think it's going to be that anymore. I used to, but now I'm not really into that anymore. But I do have a feeling, I do think it's a fair chance that he will look different in person. Hopefully he will. And this is definitely one we're going to probably get answered in Episode 8 too, because we also know that Kylo Ren, at the end of The Force Awakens, is going to head to Snoke to complete his training after killing his father, Han Solo. Number 4, who are the Knights of Ren? The Knights of Ren was another one that I was really kind of surprised we didn't learn really anything about. They were only mentioned by Snoke, I believe, and that was really it. And we also saw them in that very brief flashback when Rey first touches Luke's old lightsaber, when it's calling to her in Maz Kanata's castle. These are the only times that the Knights of Ren are even mentioned or actually shown in the entire film, which was actually pretty surprising and a bit of a disappointment to me, because I was really looking forward to this. They were prominently shown in the third trailer or so, with Kylo Ren ahead of him, and we want to know, where are they? What happened to them? Are they still around? Are they off doing stuff? What's going on? So hopefully the Knights of Ren will be something also heavily explored, or at least more explored or explained away in Episode 8. Number 5 out of 10. How did Maz Kanata get Luke's lightsaber? This is a big burning question as well. Just kind of like, how did Kylo Ren get Darth Vader's helmet and mask? How did Maz Kanata get Luke's lightsaber, Anakin's old lightsaber? And this is a big question too. Now, we know that Maz Kanata is like 1,000 years old, so she was definitely around way before the prequels took place. She was definitely around way before the originals took place, so she was alive and around during that entire rise and fall of Anakin, Darth Vader. So it's possible that because she's in the world of trade and everything, she just got sold the lightsaber and she put it away. But Han did ask her how she was able to achieve getting this lightsaber, because it's so valuable, and she just looked at Han and said, that's a story for another day. So I think that was kind of the filmmaker's way of kind of teasing us and saying, it will be explained, but not in this movie. And when she said that, I was like, damn, I really want to know how she got that. Number 6, what has Luke been doing since he went into hiding? So with his isolation away from everybody after he tried to create a new Jedi Academy, and of course Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, turned against him and killed all of the other aspiring Jedi, Luke went into hiding because he felt like a failure, and this is something that has been done many times by the Jedi in the past. Obi-Wan went into hiding, Yoda went into hiding, self-isolation, and they became basically recluses and just stayed out of the limelight. I don't know why this is really something Jedi do. It's kind of a cowardice thing to me, to just run away from the problems and just let it get worse. Which is exactly what Yoda and Obi-Wan did. Instead of going after Anakin and the Emperor, they just allowed them to go get away, and they created Death Stars and blew up Alderaan. But hey, whatever. And then of course with this, Kylo Ren has killed Han Solo, which Han could have been avoided. Han's death could have been avoided. And because of Luke just saying, oh, I fucked up, okay, I'm going to run away like all the other Jedi before me. I don't know, I just don't really like that feature of the Jedi. But this is a big question. What has he been doing? I mean, he's been in isolation for years. We know it's at least been a few years or so since Kylo Ren turned to the dark side. We don't really have an actual timetable as of this time of when he actually went to the dark side, but we do know that he turned against all of them, and we know obviously Luke escaped. Maybe Luke and him had maybe a duel or something, and Luke was able to get away. Luke would have definitely bested Kylo, because Kylo is not even fully trained yet. But it's definitely interesting. What has he been doing, if anything? Number 7, what caused the fallout between Luke and Ben Solo, aka Kylo Ren? So just like we were talking about, it'd be interesting to find out why Kylo Ren decided to stand against Luke and go against his master and his mentor and his uncle. And it would definitely be interesting to see maybe their backstory. Hopefully we'll learn more, as Luke is supposed to be like the Han Solo. It's supposed to be like it's supposed to have like a Han Solo type of role in Episode 8 that Han Solo did in The Force Awakens. So hopefully hopefully he'll reveal to Rey that what happened, and hopefully she'll be like, well, how did that happen, and he'll explain it. Okay, number 8, why did Han and Leia separate? Now this isn't one I'm really huge on, but a lot of people want to know it, so I decided to just throw it on the list. In the movie, we actually find out that Han and Leia haven't seen each other in quite some time, and really my opinion on why they're no longer together is obviously because their son turned to the dark side. I think that they blamed themselves, it strained their relationship, and they decided just to go their own way. She stayed in, you know, the politic, army type of stuff, and he went out and became a smuggler again. I think it's kind of cut and dry, but some people really want to know why, so maybe we'll get more clarity on that from Leia in the next movie. Number 8, are there other Jedi out there? Now, this is a big question here, too, because we found out that Rey is Force-sensitive. We found out that she's very strong with the Force. And we found out that she's obviously going to be the hero of these movies. She's going to become a huge Jedi like Luke and Anakin before her. So it's going to be a definitely big journey with Rey's training and her becoming a Jedi and all that stuff. But one thing that definitely begs the question, if Luke was able to create a Jedi Academy, start training other Jedi out there, what's to say there's not more Force-sensitive people that just don't realize their ability or are stuck on a place like Jakku, for example? What if there are more Jedi? Hopefully this will be addressed. Hopefully there'll even be more people brought in that have Force sensitivity and they start standing up against the dark side. I don't know. It'll be interesting. And last but not least on the list, why was there a map to Luke's whereabouts? Now this is also a very interesting one because this is actually what causes people to die, a whole village to be massacred in the very beginning of the movie. Is Kylo Ren is looking for the last map piece that we see is given to Poe Dameron in the very opening shot of the movie, and they put into BB-8, and BB-8 of course runs away and the whole movie gets underway. But what would make Luke actually give people a map to his whereabouts? Now we're guessing, my personal guess is that Luke left the whereabouts, left a map in case of an emergency, in case things got really bad. But like I said earlier, I don't really understand how that's helping by just running away and then making it hard for people to find you. But it would be interesting to find out why Luke decided to leave a map to his whereabouts, and maybe even take a little responsibility for people dying because you left the ability to find you, and that's exactly what Kylo Ren was doing, was trying to find Luke so he could kill Luke. So it's going to be definitely interesting. Episode 8 is definitely shaping up to be a hell of a movie. Hopefully, if not all, most of these questions are answered. Most of these questions are answered. And I'm definitely looking forward to Episode 8 in 2017. So that's going to wrap it up for me here. If you guys like this video, please make sure to let me know in the comments below about the questions and whatnot. We can maybe have a discussion. I'll see you guys in the next. Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys in 2016.